Hello everybody and welcome back to my channel. So my hair is brown. Bit of a midlife crisis and now I have brown hair. So we're gonna move on from that and get into the point of this video. So I'm pretty sure my other dupe video will be up by the time this one goes up. But basically I found on the Juno & Co website that they sell a brand called Prism Makeup. It's similar to how Morphe sells Jeffree Star and Laura Lee Los Angeles and things like that. So they sell other brands on their website and I stumbled across a brand called Prism Makeup and they basically make a lot of dupe palettes. They probably have more makeup. I didn't really do too much research into them. I kind of just bought some dupe palettes and called it a day. But if you want to do your own research on them, I will have it linked below, so you are more than welcome to check them out and see whatever you want to see. But as for today's video, I have found another dupe palette for a high-end palette for something that was super cheap. As always, please subscribe to my channel if you have not already, and if you like this video, please give it a thumbs up. If you don't like it, you can give it a thumbs down, that's okay too. Also, my hands are stained brown from my hair. You can see it's super pale, super brown, and my nails look gross, and I have to go to work today, and I'm really concerned about going to work because pretty sure all of my tables, if you don't know I'm a server, pretty sure all my tables are gonna think I'm dirty and disgusting, but I promise it's hair dye. So for those of you who do not know, Urban Decay has a palette called the Born to Run palette, and if you remember from my last video, I am not tech savvy and cannot figure out how to put it on the screen, so please, if someone knows, let me know. But basically, this is the Urban Decay Born to Run palette, and the dupe palette that I have for it looks exactly like it. So these are the two palettes compared to each other, and like I said, you're just gonna have to deal with my phone because I can't figure it out, but you can see the layout is pretty similar. The last one that I did was a little bit more similar, and I only say that because this one right here is a little more, it is orange, slightly different, but for the most part, it's the same exact palette. So the Urban Decay one is actually $49, which $49 is a lot for a palette to begin with, but it's not the most expensive in the world. I personally am not the biggest fan of Urban Decay. I never have been. I've just always felt like their products are mediocre, meaning that they get the job done, but they're not the best, and I feel like it's so overpriced. I feel like everything Urban Decay is just way too expensive, and I think that I get the whole Urban Decay thing. I feel like a while ago, maybe like a few years ago, Urban Decay was like the big thing, but I feel like people are just over it, and I don't know if that's just my opinion, but I mean, from what I've seen, I don't really see anyone ever talking about them or anything. I didn't even see anyone talk about the Born to Run palette. Not one single person that I see talk about the Born to Run palette, and which is funny because I actually thought that was one of their best palettes. I haven't tried it, but I've seen it, and I've like swatched it and felt it and stuff, and to me that's their best color layout. Like the Naked palettes just are not for me. I mean, I know everyone loves the Naked palettes, but that's just not my color scheme. It's not my thing. I find them to be very boring and powdery, and it's just not, like, I think it's a good starter palette, but I feel like in the past few years I think makeup has grown so much, and I think that just brands and palettes in general, the quality has just risen so much that I think Urban Decay kind of can't live up to the standards anymore, and that's just my personal opinion. Please don't get offended. If you do get offended, then I don't know what to tell you because it's just makeup and it's not that serious. Basically, I'm gonna do some swatcheroos of this palette right here, and just so you know, this is the Prism Makeup Interstellar, that's the word. I cannot say this word. They have a movie with, I want to say Anne Hathaway is in it, and it's called this word right here, and it's like 3 hours long, and I liked the movie, but I can never say the title of the movie, so that's it right there. So I have some thoughts on these. So this is the top row, this is the second row, and this is the bottom row. I'm gonna hold up the palette so you can see. Well, actually, it's gonna go backwards. So the bottom row is the top row on my hand. So as you can see, they have 4 lightest shades right here, and those virtually do not show up. You can see that they have a shimmer, they're right over here. You can see that they have a shimmer to them, but like truly, if I'm looking at my hand, they really don't show up, so I'm not impressed with those. I felt like as I kept swatching, they got better and better. It's kind of strange. I felt that the darker shades performed better. I find that in most palettes, the darker shades are the ones that are like more patchy and things like that, but in this one, it is not the case. Especially the last row, I was super impressed with. It had mainly shimmers, but the shimmers felt super creamy and awesome. Like you can see they're super reflective and really nice feeling. One thing that I will say, the other palette that I tried from Prism Makeup, the shimmers had like that Colourpop feel. They had like that soft squishy feel. These do not have that feel to them. These are like traditional shimmers. I mean, they are a bit soft, but they're not wet like the Colourpop ones are. But I'm super impressed with these, like especially like this whole little area, like actually like from right here, this like rectangle was like my most impressive section. I got this palette for $10, and this is a pretty big palette. Like in comparison to my head, this is bigger than my face. So this is a pretty big palette. I mean, I feel like you get a decent amount. One thing that I will say, so they have this color layout on the back of it. I don't think that this is true. It kind of doesn't really make sense. Like it says that these are the shades, but then when you open it up, it's like something completely different. So I kind of don't understand why they have this on the back of it. It's described as shimmery powders, and that doesn't really make sense because they're not all shimmers. They have quite a few bits of mattes in here. So some of the mattes in here look like, well, I shouldn't even call them mattes. Like they look like they're gonna be matte, but they're not. Like this, it looks a bit shimmery on camera, but in person, it looks like it's going to be matte. But when you swatch it, it's super shimmery. So that kind of, and you can see it doesn't really have a lot of pigment, but that kind of doesn't make sense. There's definitely way more shimmers, and I'm definitely more impressed with the shimmers. I'm gonna have to try these out on my eyes and give some more thoughts, but as of now, I'm pretty impressed with this, and I feel like for $10, definitely worth it. So yeah, if you're someone like me who thought the colors in the Urban Decay Born to Run palette were absolutely gorgeous, then I would definitely suggest checking out this palette. Like I said, this palette was $10, so I feel like it's worth the try. Even if you don't love every shade, it's only $10, so I feel like it's definitely worth checking it out, which is why I picked it up, because I knew that even if I didn't like it, like I said, only $10, not that bad of a deal. Anyways, guys, thank you so much for watching this. I just wanted to share with you guys this little dupe that I found. Super excited that I've been finding dupes lately. I feel like a real like helpful person. Some of my videos I feel like are kind of useless, but I feel like these are pretty helpful because, like I said, for $50 actually, $49.50, same thing. $50 for a palette is very expensive, and I know a lot of people buy palettes that are $50, but for me and my income, $50 don't have to just drop on a palette. So it's nice that they have things like that. I know some people feel some type of way about dupes and feel like stealing someone's, you know, hard worked for shades and things like that, but I don't know. I feel like I understand from a business standpoint. Like I feel like I would be upset if someone duped one of my palettes, but coming from someone who is, to say it at the nicest way that I can say this, a broke bitch, it's nice that they have things like this, so that way, you know, if someone likes something, they don't have to feel left out. Because I know there's been a lot of things, like for instance, I'll use the Tarte, the Silk Canvas, for instance. I want to try that so bad, but I just don't have the money. So I feel a little bit left out. Like I'd love to use it for my channel. Like I'd love to, you know, give my review of it, but I just don't have the money to go purchase it. So for someone like me who's in those type of situations, I love that they have dupes like this. Let me know what you guys think of the palette below. Let me know if you like my hair or not. Yeah, that's pretty much it, and I'll see y'all next time. Bye.